Well, we're definitely excited to be back in our conference. Been a tough non-conference schedule, but you have to commend our guys the way they managed it. We've played three revenue games, and we competed in all three of them. We're healthy, which we're very fortunate to be healthy, and I think our kids did a tremendous job of managing the situation. We came out yesterday and had the best practice of the year, and these guys are ready and excited to be playing Florida A&M at home this week.
Yeah, Coach, you just mentioned that you guys are healthy. What's the update on Aaron Savage for this week?
He'll play. Aaron will play. Aaron, he's been able to practice the last 2 weeks. We held him as a precautionary measure, but he'll be ready to go on Saturday.
Are you willing to say if it's like an upper body or a lower body thing?
He just had he had a lower leg injury, and we wanted to rest him and get him completely healthy. But he'll be back in the rotation at the in the running back room.
All right, through your non-conference schedule, what's your evaluation of the team and what you guys liked and what you guys need to work on?
Well, it's kind of tough to say. I don't think anybody's really seen the best Norfolk State football team yet. We've had some stiff competition, and obviously we played a Division II opponent. There have been several positives. I think offensively, our red zone offense has been much improved from a year ago. I think we're about 100% in the red zone where we struggled a year ago. The ability to take care of the ball, has gotten better as the season's gone on. Defensively, we started out very strong. We hadn't tackled, very good the last 2 weeks, and I think, we'll improve that. But all in all, I think you'll really get the opportunity to see what this football team's all about when we play common opponents.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing about starting your MEAC schedule? What type of makeup do most of the MEAC teams have, and how does the game change when you play these type of teams?
Well, I think it's speed. You don't play the big physical teams that we've played. Montana State was a big physical team. Coastal Carolina's a big physical team. Old Dominion, those guys play a different brand of football. The MEAC's more spread-oriented. A lot of great athletes that play in space. So we'll match up definitely better with the MEAC teams than we'll have with the non-conference opponents.
Obviously, a big matchup is their passing offense against your passing defense, strength versus strength. How do you see that matchup going?
I think Ryan Stanley's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's done a tremendous job for Coach Simmons down there. We talked to our quarterback yesterday, and we told him that whichever team's quarterback plays the best will win the football game, which, Ryan and Pooty won't play head-to-head, but if we can play well enough on offense to keep Ryan off of the field, that's strategy number one. And, we've got to pressure him. We've got to try to get him rattled because he's very crafty and he's got talented receivers. So we'll have to do some things defensively to make sure we can slow Coach Simmons' offense down.
Yeah, what do you see as Ryan's skill set and what you guys have to do to shut him down?
Well, I don't know that you shut anybody like that down. I think you contain him. As I said, you try to pressure him. You try to make him uncomfortable. He runs well enough to get himself out of trouble. And as I said, he's got 3 or 4 receivers that have the ability to beat you all the time. So I think what you have to do is try to, A, as I said, keep him off the field, and B, try to get to him and then try to get him rattled.
Yeah, Kyron, more about that. What have you seen on film from A&M's O-line, and what do you guys think you can do to get in the backfield to pressure Stanley?
Well, being in the film room and being with Coach Joe Tracy, he's basically breaking down everything that we really need to actually come out there and be a great defensive team against Florida A&M. Basically, we got a couple of good workouts and good stunts and everything like that we put into play as of right now during the week to get to the quarterback.
As far as the defense's mentality, you guys have taken your lumps the last couple of weeks, but now is the time to reset. Coaches refer to non-conference schedule as like your preseason. So, how are you guys changing your mindset going into the MEAC?
Well, I can't say we're really changing our mindset because each and every game we come out with the same mindset to go out there and dominate and do as best as we can, and basically leave our best out there on the field. So I can genuinely say that we're not changing anything about us. We're just going out there, we're going to do the game, and we're going to play the game that we love.
And for you individually, Kyron, it feels like it's been a while since you've been full-time on the field. You've dealt with a lot of injuries in the past. So what's it been like for you this season to be a starter and be a big impact on the D-line?
It's actually been great. I can say that the injury that I had is not slowing me down as much. And basically, I really don't feel anything in my injury at all. So basically, if anybody asks about my injury, I just say what injury, because it feel like I don't have one at all.
Yeah, Coach, how nice has it been to have Kyron back?
It's been great. He's always been a leader on our team, and to see what he battled through to get himself back. I mean, there were some days that, we didn't know if he'd ever play, at this high of a level again. And he's worked his tail off and he's battled. And to have him back as a part of the defense has been great for us. He's helped mentor some of the younger defensive linemen and also mentor some of the younger guys on our team. So he's a guy that we definitely count on and off the field.
And for you, Kevin, it's been a great start for you as a freshman. What have been the last 6 months like from being a high school senior to jumping in right away? What's that been like?
It's definitely been challenging considering the fact that I came in as a DB. I've been blessed with natural ability and my coaches to put me in the right spots to make great plays for my team.
Yeah, what was that conversation like when you were learning that you were going to switch from DB to running back?
It was good. I believe in myself that I'm a great athlete. So when they came to me and said that I'm gonna be playing running back, it was just whatever I can do to help the team. So no problem.
And being Rookie of the Week a couple times now, you took your first carry all the way to the house. What do you think has been the key for your success so far?
Definitely my O-line and the way the receivers block for me on the outside definitely plays a big role in what I do for the team. And also my coaches put me in the game certain plays to make big plays.
Hey, Coach, for you, what was that decision like wanting to transition Kevin to the offensive side of the ball?
Well, we had an injury in the running back room early in training camp, and we recruited Kevin out of high school and knew exactly what his skill set was, and there was a fight initially over him, between the secondary coach and the running backs coach anyway, and we anticipated that our depth would be better at running back than it was at DB, so we sent him to the DB room early in camp, and then once we had some injuries, we brought him over, and he made some plays in the very first scrimmage, and you could see that, as you said, his natural ability gives him a chance to be really successful. He gives us a home run threat, at running back. I think, when you can go to Montana State and rip off an 80-plus yard run, he's got big time speed, and that'll pay us dividends in conference play. He's still learning and maturing as a running back, but he works at it. Being able to do all this as a true freshman is pretty amazing, because obviously he's learning how to manage school, how to manage the rigors of football and all that stuff, and he's doing a great job so far, and I think the sky's the limit for him.
Yeah, looking toward the future for him for this season and beyond, do you see him as the type of guy that can be like a feature type back?
I think all of our guys have the ability to be feature backs, but I think he's in a situation where he's got the ability to learn from Gerald Hewlett, he's got the ability to learn from Aaron Savage, and he's also got the ability to learn from himself. He's going to play major snaps. He's not a trick player, a gimmick guy. We're going to line him up back there and throw him the ball out of the backfield, give him the opportunity to run it, and he's also shown that he can protect. So it's not just a situation where we play him, in gimmick type, opportunities.
Kevin, being in the situation where you got guys like Gerald and Aaron who are so much older than you, what have you been learning from them the first couple months of the season?
A lot, actually. First coming in, it wasn't they really put me in the spots where I really didn't have a choice but to do what I do now, because I really had them two in front of me. So seeing what they do in practice and seeing how they practice good habits and everything, I really was forced to step up and try to do the same thing that they do.
Coach, what can you say about Florida A&M's defense and what are their strengths and weaknesses?
Well, I haven't seen any weaknesses. They're as talented as the day is long. We didn't score a touchdown against them a year ago. But it's a physical, very athletic bunch. Very, very good secondary. They've got a transfer free safety that's probably one of the better players that we've played against all season long on defense. They're stout versus the run. They will get after you in regards to pressure. So it'll be a great matchup. Our offensive line is going to have to try to control the line of scrimmage so that we can protect Pooty and run the football.
Yeah, it seems like their D-line is really good at getting pressure. They've already got 10 sacks. What are you guys going to try to do to try to negate that?
Well, you've got to protect. You've got to be able to protect the quarterback in passing situations, and I think you keep yourself out of long yardage situations. If you can stay, in front of the chains and not be in long yardage situations that give them the ability to pin their ears back and come and get you, you can slow down some of the pressure. And then you have to make some of the big plays versus pressure. If they're going to play us man-to-man we've got to have receivers that can win on routes and backs that can win on routes to try to get them out of their zero blitz situations.
And as for the goals for the MEAC, do you view it as a week-to-week, or is your goal, and you're willing to say your goal is to win the MEAC?
Our goal is to win the MEAC, man. I mean, we're not here to just try to finish in third place, but it is a week-to-week thing. I mean, you can't win the MEAC week one. I think we do have a football team that's very capable of being very competitive in the MEAC, and we've got a great opportunity to showcase that on Saturday.
And Kyron, I want to ask you about Kevin as well, since you get a unique look at him from the D-line. What have you seen from him, and compared to other younger players that you've been with, whether that's in high school or college, what have you seen from him as far as his ability and skill set?
Well, he has heart. I don't really see him running away from too many tackles, and if he see a tackle in front of him, he's gonna show his manly side. He's gonna try to run you over or something like that. But he definitely has a lot of speed, and you can definitely see that he's light on his feet. So if you don't wrap him up, he's very swift, so he can get away from you.
And Coach, what can you say about the personality types of the two guys off the field?
Well, Kyron's been around here a long time. He's been here as long as I've been here. Seems like, and he's matured. He's matured a bunch. Just to kind of see him grow and become the person that he has. He's very serious about his work on and off the field. He does a great job in the classroom. And just going back to what he had to do to get himself back to this point to be able to play really shows you what type of person that he is. And I'm thankful that we have him on our team. And, Kevin's been fun. It's a breath of fresh air. He's kind of like the kid in the offense. There are a lot of older guys that have been around here a long time, but he comes and adds some juice and adds, some flair to our offense. And it's been a great breath of fresh air. Coach Sherman's done a great job with our running backs room, and Kevin's just come in and kind of added, something that maybe Aaron and Gerald, weren't giving us. Not that they weren't giving us their best, but he just adds another gear, and gives you somebody else to prepare for.
If there aren't any other questions, that'll do it.
Good.